That's a wrap on my final season for college track. This is going to be a little bit of a recap video for how that postseason went. I was pretty nervous for nationals, so I didn't get a lot of video, but hopefully this kind of video will be great. I'm not used to doing this kind of video, so let me know what you think, and maybe I'll do some more kind of videos like this in the future, but yeah. The postseason basically starts with the Pac-12 meet. It was probably my favorite meet of the whole year. We won as a team, I won as an individual. Overall, it was just so fun. I made a video on Pac-12s, and it was one of my favorite videos I've made. I'll put that either in the description or in the top right maybe of the video. After Pac-12s is the regional meet. The regional meet is comprised of 48 athletes in each event. And over 2 days of racing, they bring that down to just 12 athletes that make the finals. It was in Sacramento. It's fast, it's hot, it's a great place to race. I really like the track. Regionals for me is always super stressful. Basically just 6 days of sitting in your hotel room and then 2 minutes of racing trying to make that top 12 for nationals. The last 2 years that I ran at regionals, I got 11th and 12th. So this year I was trying to make it a bit less stressful and qualified just in one of the top 3 automatic qualifiers. So that brings us to round 1. In the first round of regionals, there's 6 heats. And the top 3 fastest from each heat auto-qualified to the next round, and the next 6 fastest after that also qualify. So the first round wasn't too worried about qualifying. I just tried to get out relaxed through the first 5, hit 14 strides, and then I tried to push around the corner and just kind of stay relaxed down the stretch and not use too much energy. You really just got to focus on getting those top 3 places and then recovering for the second round. We also had JB and Matt in the 400 hurdles. JB came in ranked 12th, so he was right on the edge of making nationals, and he had a pretty good first round. UW had a really big squad at regionals. We had a lot of 1500 runners, steeplers, throwers. Everyone did pretty well, and we qualified a lot of guys through to the second round, which was great. So after day 1 is day 2 of regionals. Day 2 is where they cut it down from 24 to the 12 people that are going to make the national meet. Second day of regionals has 3 heats, and it's the top 3 people plus the next best 3 that go through. First up was JB, and he at 200 meters, JB was way behind. I honestly thought he was way out of it, but he ended up having a crazy comeback. He dove at the line, and he was able to make his first national championships. Little celebration from him. But, yeah, so great run from JB. So then after JB, it's my turn. I had a pretty good heat. Had a really fast guy from Baylor on my inside and Jared from WCU on my outside. I knew I just had to stay relaxed, and if I was in contact with those guys at 200 meters to go, I'd be all right. Race starts, and get out hard and then try to relax and hit 14 strides. Just the typical race plan. Try not to work too hard on this first 200. I do lose a lot of stagger, but that's typical for me, so I'm not too worried at this point. So yeah, just shooting for one of those top 3 time qualifiers. That's really all I'm looking at here. Just push to the line. Yeah, solid race, felt pretty good. After the hurdles, we had a bunch of guys from UW qualify in other events. We had people qualify in the 5K, a bunch of runners in the 1500. We had throwers qualify. We had a guy qualify in the 800, the steeple. So a lot of good performances from UW all around, and we're going to bring a pretty solid team into the national meet. Nationals is a similar setup to regionals. It's 2 days of racing. First day is 24 people, 3 heats of 8, and they bring that down to 1 heat of 9 for the final. So the 3 heats, it would be top 2 from each heat, next best 3 would make up the 9 people in the final. So really important was getting one of those top 2 auto qualifiers. The prelims of the mile went really well. We had all 3 of our 1500 runners qualify through to the final, which was great. I got lane 5 draw, which was super nice, on the inside of the Baylor runner again. Got out really hard through the first 100 meters and didn't lose much of the stagger, which is really good for me. Usually I lose some stagger. Then I just try to stay relaxed and hit those 14 strides that I always go for. Through 200 meters, I knew it was going to be a good race just because I was in contact with everybody, and I knew I had a really strong close. Body felt really good. This is one of the first nationals I've had where I haven't kind of felt any sort of ailments. I felt really good at 250 meters to go, and I knew I just had to get one of those top 2 spots, and I thought I was making up ground. Then I lost a lot of speed over hurdle 9, and in my peripheral I could see all 3 of the other guys in front of me, and I was really worried I wasn't going to make second spot, but I ended up running a 49.1, which was my best race of all time, and I got the second time qualifier into the finals. So yeah, it's been my goal since my freshman year to get All-American in the 4 hurdles, so now I've got a good chance to do it.
First final for Cass Elliott, man. Super big time. Couldn't be more proud. Job not finished, but we gonna knock it out, man.
Day 2 is the finals, and before I ran the 400 hurdles, we had all of the 1500 meter guys, and we had 3 guys in the 1500 final: Joe Wascom, Luke Hauser, and Nathan Green. Joe was the defending 1500 meter champion, and Luke was the indoor mile champion, and it ended up being Nathan Green winning the 1500 and Joe coming in second. So incredible race from the UW guys. Really impressive from them. So fun to watch. Joe actually went on to make the world's team for the USA. And yeah, then after that was the finals of the 400 hurdles. I was really excited for these 400 hurdles. Yeah, I was nervous, but I knew I just had to run the same race I'd ran all year. Unfortunately, I was lane 2. I'm not a huge fan of running on the inside lanes. It's just a bit harder to run on the curve over hurdles. The race starts, and I try to get out as hard as I did in the prelims, and then relax on the backstretch. Unfortunately, after 100 meters, I'd already lost a lot of room to the stagger. I still felt pretty good. I felt like I had ran a similar way to the prelims, but yeah, I was way behind after 200 meters. I wasn't too worried though because I knew I had a really good close, so I just started to work on my turnover the last 150 meters and really push. I knew I could probably catch some guys. So coming around the corner, I was starting to build up some speed. Wasn't going to catch those guys in the front, but I knew I could make up a couple positions and still have a good time. So just gave it everything down the edge. Really close finish between 4 of the guys. I think it was within a couple hundredths of a second. But yeah, ended up running 49.2, so my second best race ever. 2 of my best races back-to-back at nationals, so super happy with how I ran at nationals and super happy with completing the goal I had of getting an individual All-American. Overall, it was a great year, breaking the school record in the indoor 8, the 4 hurdles, and the DMR, and then winning Pac-12s as a team. That's been a recap of my final collegiate season. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully I'll be able to get out and do some more vlog type videos or training videos in the near future. But in the meantime, leave any questions you have in the comments, and maybe I'll do like a Q&A type video. Yeah, thanks for listening, and
Peace out.